Okay, everyone. I'm your soul brother Talib, who you best know from the platform of Operation Exodus Mississippi slash Reality Temple on Earth, with our number one soul brother, Angel Snup Snup Seven, who is the key host of that platform. And however, I've been pulled out of my cocoon once again because I had to, come on social media with this one here, just for this purpose, at least. I had to come on social media for this one. Now, I'm sitting up, you know, in the comforts of here in my place, minding my own business, while I'm online scrolling up and down local news that's going on back in Toledo, Ohio. Okay, that's not far from my hometown. And I'm checking this thing out where you have a fake ass Black Lives Matter activist who go by the name of Sir Major Page, whose real name is Tyreek Connors Page. Now, with that said, the feds bust him on charges far as fundraising as a part of a fundraiser of a nonprofit organization so-calledly. And if you notice when I said so-calledly called the Greater Atlanta Black Lives Matter nonprofit organization. Okay. And while I'm reading the local news, it pops up where the feds is showing him on a video being escorted up out of his house that some of that money paid for. Where the feds is escorting him out of there in handcuffs, okay? Now they released him, okay, pending this case that he just caught because of what he's charged with. And of course they got him up under some stipulations, and one of them stipulations he can't leave Ohio as well because of that. And there's some other stipulations they got him on, of course, but this fool fraudulently raised around $200,000, okay? So, in according to what he said, the money went toward the George Floyd cause. But they showing the feds, right at the time of his arrest, confiscating furniture that some of that money paid for, confiscating technical electronics that some of that money paid for, confiscating other personal expensive material like suits that some of that money had paid for, and it's like I mean, you know, and then he got somebody on there trying to co-sign, and this the one that was supposed to been helping to work on the house to get the house ready so it could be used for the purpose of serving the community. Okay. But of course that all turned out allegedly to be a lie, of course. And with that said, once again, family, I must say this here. This is the type of stuff that me and our number one soul brother, Angel Snup Snup 7, have always been putting out from our platform about these so-called fake pro-black leaders and black activists, and all that, that's claiming to be a part of these organizations like Black Lives Matter in this case, and using this organization's name to fraudulently embezzle money so it could go to his own personal vendetta. His own personal benefit. So, it's like, with that said, I'm looking at this whole situation like, this is the reason why I don't believe in being involved with no organization. Okay. I called myself following behind a leader, a so-called leader, who happens to be locked up in federal custody with 135 years because of some of the similar stuff he did. And worse, of course, and in the name of pro-black consciousness, by the way. And, see, this is the type of stuff that I'm talking about, y'all. This is why I clearly warn y'all. I'm speaking of those who are dark-skinned descendants of slaves born in America, who I preferably also call people of soul. Okay? And to those of you as people of soul, you need to realize and understand, when you become a part, of this organization. Yes, I just seen the text our soul brother just sent us. Yes, and shout outs to you, brother Angel Snup 7, and I will be getting with you soon as I'm done making this video. Yes, I will respond back to your text. However, like I said before, yes, this is crazy, and this is what's plaguing the black community, as you call it, especially those of you in the pro-black conscious community. All this fakery, fraudulent, con artistry stuff that's going on, just getting people's money, hard working earned money, so you could live comfortably, while the rest of everybody else could just go and kick rocks or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And and this is the reason why I don't care what happened to a lot of these people in the so-called pro-black conscious community, or in the so-called black struggle for freedom movement, or however you want to pronounce that, and it's like, because these type of people make the real ones who are truly trying to stand up for black people in terms of real equality, freedom, and justice look bad. These are the ones that make our real black leaders, our real black activists, or our other soul brothers and sisters who have, struggled to try to achieve some type of justice and equality for us, look like buffoons, because of fake niggas like this. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why the black community, if you was really real, and if you was really, as you say, in the pro-black conscious community for black people, you will put fools like this in check before even the law get their hands on them. You see what I'm saying? Because these type of people is the reason why the average so-called Negro in the streets don't even want nothing to do with so-called pro-black consciousness. Because they constantly and simultaneously keep seeing stuff like this happening. Now this sir, whatever his name is, Major Page or Malik Page or whatever, guy, well, he's facing 10 to 20 years from my understanding of this situation. And also, he's facing some hefty fines also behind this. So he's gonna have to be, according to the white man's law, he's going to be held accountable. But I'm talking about the black community holding him accountable, which would send a message in a way which would send a clear message out to those who use the so-called black struggle in America for personal gain as a warning that you would get dealt with. See, this is why you got people like the other guy named Tariq, who go by the name of Tariq Nasheed. This is why you got people like Louis Farrakhan, you see. This is why you got people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and the list goes on. You know what I'm saying? That's living off the blood and suffering of our people, the struggle of our people. You see, living lavishly, where them and their own personal families don't never have to want for nothing for the rest of their life, while the rest of those of us who toil in the struggle got to live from penny to penny, post to post, from check to check. Don't know we gonna be homeless. Don't know where we gonna get our next meal from. Don't know how we gonna pay our next light bill or rent bill. You see what I'm saying? You know, because of people like this, that's supposed to be about freeing us from all this worry that we got to go through every day, constantly struggling just to get by as black people in this country. And this, when I see this type of stuff here, this is what really, as someone says, grind my gears, you know? And this is the reason why, like I said, I would never become a part of no organization. And for those of you that think Operation Exodus Mississippi is an organization, you're very mistaken about that. It's an ideal that's been proposed by me and number one soul brother Angel Snuff 7. That's it, no more or no less. Okay? That's something even greater than what you want to call an organization, because something greater, which that ideal is designed under, can be created, which would be much wider and greater than an organization, which ain't nothing but a tiddly bit part of our ongoing quest for liberation anyway, okay? I just want to make that clear also. But, you know, I mean, it's like, you know, this is why, like I say once again, that I can never be a part of an organization. And once I left the so-called Nuwaubian Nation alone, that was a wrap. You know, in the Nation of Islam, who I was also trying to become involved with, including the so-called United Nation Islam, which is another offshoot and offspring of the Nation Islam. After that, my dealings with them and even dealing with other different type of groups and stuff, I said to hell with that. That's it. You know, because it's you know, I tried to work with everybody. I even tried to draw certain brothers over to the organization that I was mainly claiming, you know, and to try to at least get our people to work together in one way or another, to try to get us to the promised land, as someone would say, you know. But like I said before, this stuff is it's nothing tangibly worth even you know, considering as far as this pro-black conscious stuff, because it's not getting us nowhere. It never has gotten us nowhere. I mean, look, the Nation of Islam has been around for almost 100 years. and we still ain't separated from white America or the races or the devils as they call them. You see what I'm saying? I mean, we had the UNIA under Marcus Garvey with the Back to Africa movement thing. We still ain't separated, right? We had the Moorish Science Temple of America. Look what that did. How that panned out. Then you had the Black Panther Party, the original Black Panther Party. I ain't talking about this new wave stuff called the new Black Panther Party. Okay. And, no disrespect to brother Dr. Khalid Muhammad, but that is a replica of the original Black Panther Party. And I'm pretty sure had that brother lived on longer, maybe greater things would have came out of that organization currently called the New Black Panther Party. But of course, after he passed on, that started taking a more heavier dive. And we see now what that is, which that's barely a shell of what it was when Dr. Khalid Muhammad was alive, since he was the founder of that organization. But it's like when you look at this type of stuff here, you know what I'm saying? And you see what's going on. And those of you that know the truth of what I'm saying, and you not addressing it, you not stepping to the people that's responsible or the corporates that's responsible. You're not holding them accountable, and you're not holding those that follow them accountable. Then you're just as much as accountable as them, because you're quiet about it and you're not saying nothing. And even those of you that were bamboozled and hoodwinked by these organizations and played for like a sucker, I'm just gonna put it out there like it is. You quiet as well. So you just as much as accountable for not even standing up and speaking up against this. You see, as far as what I'm talking about, So, hey, it is what it is. And like I said before, I just had to put this out there, because, this is just crazy. Hold up for a second. Excuse me, y'all. Just for 1 second. Just had to get a sip of some of this coffee here I just fixed. But yeah, like I said before, it's just crazy, And just to hear that someone, especially in a time of pandemonium, in the middle of a damn pandemic, and with unrest going on all over this country, and here you got some idiot like this using a known black organization's name to embezzle money for his own personal use. Well, whatever the white man give him, when he get ready to stand before that judge to get that time, hey, he gonna get every bit or whatever he getting. Simple as that. I'm not finna sit up and co-sign that just because he is personal. So, I'm not finna sit up and co-sign that. He wrong. And he whatever he get, he got it coming. It's simple as that. Because I'm sick and tired of these charlatans, these charlatans, whether they're in religion or coming in the name of the liberation or black struggle, movement or whatever, using our people, just to, suffice their own personal gain. And I'm just sick of it. And people need to start speaking out and standing up against this crap that's going on. And it's just that simple. And like I say, if you gonna remain quiet about it, then you just as much as responsible. as they are. That's just like, and that's one thing I could respect even about these Caucasians that's in this Black Lives Matter protests that's going on around the country. At least they ain't standing by idly while those among their own kind that are racist are oppressing black and brown people. They speaking out against it and doing whatever they can in their own way to stand up against it. You know what I'm saying? And saying, hell, it's wrong to be quiet. It's a crime to be quiet. And that's the standpoint I'm coming from on this note. That when it comes to these pro-black conscious ones that's ripping our people off constantly, like him, for hundreds of thousands and even as worse as millions of dollars every day, like some of the names I just mentioned in this video, well, you just as, like I said, accountable as they are. You just as much as needed to be held accountable as them because you're quiet and you're not standing up against it. And since you won't stand up against it, then you need to be held accountable and you need to be called out and you know who you are. So, it ain't got to be second guessed on that, you know who you are. So, I'm going to call you out. And if I know exactly who you are, I'm going to call you out. Just like that. This is the reason why, like I said, I don't even fool with social media on a regular basis no more. I don't fool with those of you in black social media like I did on a regular basis because of stuff like this. Because while you on here talking a whole bunch of bull crap about nothing and talking about frivolous, idle stuff that don't mean nothing to our plight as a people in this country at all. This here and other stuff that I be talking about, that resonates with reality, period. If you ain't talking about that, which most of you, 99% of you ain't, I don't have time for you. And like I said, the only reason I came to make this video because of this here. Because like I said, I was just minding my own business, scrolling up and down online, you know what I'm saying? And here this popped up. And a lot of stuff popped up, which I could speak on, but I don't care, because I'm done talking. But this definitely is something that I don't like at all. Because like I said, I called myself, having allegiance to an individual like this for years. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I'm glad I really didn't give much at all to that organization. And of course, because I wasn't that stupid either. I just want you to know that. Everybody that was a part of that Nuwaubian organization that came to their senses finally, about that Dr. York guy, wasn't completely naive as certain others was, who gave most of their time and life and money to this pedophilia, and this con artist. And like I said before, this guy here named Sir Major Page or whatever, he ain't no different. He might not be a pedophilia, but he ain't no different from Dr. York. And what he did was a con artist move, especially putting a black organization like Black Lives Matter on Front Street doing this. Do you know how many leaders and actual activists in that organization have been killed since that organization was started? Just because they was involved in that organization? And here it is, you got this fool here perpetrating like he an activist in that organization. by using that organization's name to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars? This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. That's why I say the community need to get their hands on people like him before the law do. To set a precedence that this crap can't keep happening. You know? And that's, like I said, that's what's going to have to eventually come to it. That's what's going to have to eventually come down to this. People like that, it's going to have to be street justice. That's right, I said it. The hell for waiting for the law to get involved. All they going to do is just make him do a little time, and then he going to be up in there eating, doing whatever he doing. While the state or federal government taking care of his butt while he locked up. You know what I'm saying? Still breathing. And then eventually gonna see an out date if they do get out alive, you know? See, we got to make sure that it don't even go that far. That's what I'm talking about, you know? And that's why I said that at this point in time, these type of people is going to have to start being held accountable for what they doing. And that's just point blank. Unless you know, it's simple as that. Black people going to have to stop, you know, they're going to have to stand up for something and just stop falling for anything. It's just that simple. And I mean, you know, hey, I can't say no more, no less when it comes to this type of stuff. You know, for real. And I mean, because this guy here, I mean, you know, he actually, and just think about if he would have got away with this. Think about how much more money he'd have been able to get out of people under the disguise as a fake Black Lives Matter activist. You know? Just think of how many more hundreds of thousands of dollars, no, wait a minute, millions he would have ended up getting. Because he was on his way. Sure. What? $200,000? Almost as half a quarter of a million. You know? Come on. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So just think about how much money this fool would have been making under that name, under that fake name that he made up. As a basically might as well say a GoFundMe account. And then he turned around and lied and said that the money was going toward the cause of a brother named George Floyd, may he rest in peace. I mean, come on. How in the heck? I mean, really? I mean, man, this is crazy. I mean, it needs to just stop. It needs to just flat out stop, for real. Excuse me once again, everyone. Every one of you that's listening, excuse me again. Or that's going to be listening once this video is posted up, however. But like I said, yeah, it's just crazy. I mean, you know, you got cats like this just getting away with murder every day. And I'm talking about your preachers, your pastors, your Muslim imams, your Muslim ministers, and the list goes on. I mean, you know. And I mean, it's just got to stop. And y'all are the people, as they say, or the community is the only ones that can stop it. Because ain't nobody else going to really be able to get no domino effect on stopping this. The people going to have to rise up and stop this. I mean, you know, I mean, you got to stop falling for anything. That's one reason why we as people of soul are in the condition that we're in. That we've been in for over 400 years. Because of stuff like this just falling for anything. You just gave $200,000 to a crook who got busted finally, and that's gonna face his day in court, and could have gave him, like I say, hundreds or more thousands of dollars, and even more millions of more dollars, long as he could have got away with it. And that's just, and it ain't no different, like I say, with these other people whose names I mentioned, it ain't no different what they doing, and they been getting away with this crap for years, decades, years, compared to him. He didn't even last probably no longer than months doing this. You know what I'm saying? So, I just want to put that out there, just to let y'all know that this thing is serious and this thing is real, And these people out here conning black people every day in the name of our struggle, and especially, like I say, in the time of this pandemonium that's going on, this pandemonium that's going on, and all this crazy stuff, and you still got Negroes like this that still don't get it. He still don't get the memo. And that's why his ass is going to jail. But that's on him. And like I said before, I don't wish that on my worst enemy, but hey, he got what he deserved. And far as I'm concerned, hopefully he'll get every day to the fullest extent of the law that he got coming to him. And I don't care. I don't give a damn no more. I'm not no pro-black activist, so I don't care anyway. I don't get caught up in that pro-black, blackity-black stuff, no way. So it don't matter to me. But I'm just saying, he needs to be held accountable, and he gonna get what he got coming. And it's just that simple, And so, like I said before, hey, good riddance to dust as far as he's concerned. That's the way I leave that. That's where I would leave that at, And I'll leave that as that. And as far as with the rest of them who need to be held accountable, I'll leave it at that as well. On that same note. And with that said, as our brother, may he rest in peace, Don Cornelius, would say, love, peace, and soul. Out of here, y'all.